সুপ্রিয় শিক্ষার্থী বন্ধুরা, ইংরেজি বিষয়ের অনলাইন ক্লাসে তোমাদের সবাইকে সুস্বাগতম। যারা নবাগত তাদের জন্য আজকে আমি একটি ইউনিট শুরু করব। তো কথা না বাড়িয়ে আমাদের মূল যে বিষয়, আমরা মূল অধ্যায়টাতে চলে যাচ্ছি। আজকে আমরা যে চ্যাপ্টারটি শুরু করব সেটি হচ্ছে ইউনিট 1, পিপল অর ইনস্টিটিউশনস মেকিং হিস্ট্রি। Unit 1, Lesson 1. Lesson 1, when you will start to read Lesson 1, you will find 4 pictures first. You can see there are 4 pictures. The first one is of Nelson Mandela. The second one is Kazi Nazrul Islam. Third one is Dr. Muhammad Shahidullah, and the fourth one is William Henry Gates, or popularly known as Bill Gates. Who is Nelson Mandela? Who is Kazi Nazrul Islam? Who is Dr. Muhammad Shahidullah? And who is William Henry Gates or Bill Gates? So start to think about them. These 4 pictures remind you of 4 great personalities who have dedicated themselves for the development of humanity. The first one, Nelson Mandela. He is an iconic figure because throughout his life he fought against racial discrimination. Then Kazi Nazrul Islam. He is our national poet and also known as a rebel poet. Third one, Dr. Muhammad Shahidullah. He is a Bengali linguistic. And the fourth one, William Henry Gates or Bill Gates, is a software developer. He is the founder, CEO of Microsoft. So all of you have identified these 4 great personalities, I think. Now we are moving to the text. This text was published by a famous news agency, Reuters, on 15 December 2013 about Nelson Mandela, the first African black president. So we are going to read the report. It was reported from Johannesburg, South Africa by Reuters. Nelson Mandela guided South Africa from the shackles of apartheid to a multiracial democracy as an icon of peace and reconciliation, who came to embody the struggle for justice around the world. So, what did Nelson Mandela do? He guided South Africa from the shackles of apartheid to a multiracial democracy as an icon of peace and reconciliation, who came to embody the struggle for justice around the world. So in South Africa there was racial discrimination. In today's world we also find racial discrimination. Now, what is racial discrimination? Racial discrimination means any difference or differences towards any individuals in terms of his or her color, creed, religion, caste, etc. I can say the differences between Hindu and Muslims, the differences between whites and blacks, the differences between indigenous people and us. These are some examples of racial discrimination. In South Africa there was racial discrimination, and it was so severe that it grew into a bloody war. Blood is civil war. Nelson Mandela came forward, and his motive was to free South Africa or South African people, especially the black people, from the clutches of white rulers or white minority. He guided South Africa from the shackles of apartheid to a multiracial democracy. So, if we want to build a nation, people of each religion, each creed, each caste, each color play the same part. We need all sorts of people to build a nation. We cannot build a nation with the same group of people. So Nelson Mandela found that if he fought against racial discrimination, then there could be peace and reconciliation between white and black people. So, as usual, Nelson Mandela guided South Africa from the shackles of apartheid to a multiracial democracy as an icon of peace. Whenever we think about Nelson Mandela, the first thing that comes to our mind is that he is an icon of peace. Now, what is icon? Icon means an image or a symbol. He is an icon of peace or a symbol of peace. And reconciliation. Reconciliation means union, reunion. If we fight, we get divided. But later, we reunite with each other or one another. So, reconciliation means the process of getting reunited. As an icon of peace and reconciliation who came to embody the struggle for justice around the world. Nelson Mandela had to undergo a lot of troubles. We will later find about it. So he came to embody the struggle for justice around the world. Imprisoned for nearly 3 decades for his fight against white minority rule, Mandela never lost his resolve to fight for his people's emancipation. So Mandela started advocating people about the negative effects of racial discrimination, and the white rulers, they were a few in numbers, but they thought that this man is going to be a threat for them. Later, they imprisoned Nelson Mandela, and he was imprisoned for nearly 3 decades, that means 30 years. He was arrested and landed into jail. So, he was imprisoned for nearly 3 decades because he fought against white minority. The people who were in power, they were white people, and Mandela fought against them. The white people grew angry towards Nelson Mandela, and they arrested him and put behind bars. But these white rulers could not break Mandela's spirit. Mandela was absolutely resolved to free his people, to liberate his people, to give the black people especially the taste of freedom. He was determined, that means he was very much resolved, he was pledge bound, he was promised to do so. He was determined to bring down, that means break the shackle. bring down apartheid while avoiding a civil war. So whatever Mandela tried to do, it was peaceful. He tried to solve the problems between the black people and the white people in a peaceful way. He tried to avoid a civil war. Mandela was so conscious about it that he never wanted any civil war between black people and the white people. His prestige and charisma helped him with the support of the world. He was a great personality, he had fame, he was peaceful, he was noble, and he always thought about justice, truth, etc. And that is why people all over the world, or the world leaders, loved him. He earned fame, he earned prestige, and he won the heart of the people around the world by his deeds. So his prestige and charisma. Charisma means talent, prodigy. His charisma helped him with the support of the world. The world leaders helped him. People of the world loved Mandela and they helped him in various ways. What did Mandela say? Mandela said, "I hate race discrimination most intensely." Intensely means deeply. Mandela hated it. I hate race discrimination most intensely and in all its manifestations. So racial discrimination or discrimination can be done in many ways. They have various expressions or forms or manifestations. But Mandela hated all of these things. I have fought it all during my life. I will fight it now and will do so until the end of my days. So he was promised to fight racial discrimination till his death. So he was very much resolved. So Mandela said in his acceptance speech on becoming South Africa's first black president in 1994. So the people of Africa elected him as their president in 1994 and he was the first black president of South Africa. The time for healing of the wounds has come. The moment to bridge the chasms that divide us has come. So Mandela said, enough is done. We have fought for long, but now it is the time to get united, He wanted unity between people. And he also found that there had been a crack between white people and black people, the people among his country, among the people of his country, and there was division between people. So he said that the time has come for all of us to get united and live peacefully. We have at last achieved our political emancipation. So this was his speech which he delivered upon becoming the first black president of South Africa. In 1993, Mandela was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize, an honor he shared with F.W. de Klerk, the white African leader who had freed him from prison 3 years earlier and negotiated the end of apartheid. So there was another leader. All white rulers are not barbarous. or autocratic. So there was another leader whose name is F.W. de Klerk. He was a white ruler and he freed Nelson Mandela from his captivity 3 years earlier, that means in 1990. And with F.W. de Klerk, Nelson Mandela shared his Nobel Peace Prize. Mandela went on to play a prominent role on the world stage as an advocate of human dignity in the face of challenges ranging from political repression to AIDS. Mandela worked in various fields. He was a social reformer, he was a community member, he worked for his community, he worked for the people on humanitarian ground. So he had to face many challenges and he passed them successfully. He formally left public life in June 2004 before his 86th birthday, telling his adoring countrymen, "Don't call me, I will call you." But he remained one of the world's most revered public figures, combining celebrity sparkle with an unwavering message of freedom, respect and human rights. So he left public life, that means he left his political life, and in his speech he said that, "Don't call me, I will call you when I will be in need of you." He took adieu from the people of South Africa, actually from his political life. But he remained as a great figure in the mind of the people. He was respected everywhere. He is at the epicenter of our time, ours, in South Africa and yours wherever you are. Nigel Gordimer, the South African writer and Nobel laureate for literature, once remarked. Another person whose name is Nigel Gordimer, and he was a South African writer who got Nobel Prize for literature. He wrote about Nelson Mandela and he said that he is at the epicenter of our time, ours in South Africa and yours wherever you are. That means Mandela is not only for white people or the black people, he is for all. He is such a person who loves the people of the world. The years Mandela spent behind bars made him the world's most celebrated political prisoner and a leader of mythic stature for millions of black South Africans and other oppressed people far beyond his country's borders. 30 years in jail, it's not a short period. And that is why he became one of the most celebrated political prisoners. And his fame was not confined. He has been imprisoned, but his fame got spread all over the world. He won the heart of the black people of South Africa. Charged with capital offences in the 1963 Rivonia trial, his statement from the dock was his political testimony. He was charged with capital offences like sedition. And in 1963 Rivonia trial, his statement from the dock was his political testimony. So when he was brought into the court, what he said as a convict bears his witness in his political ideology. During my lifetime, I have dedicated myself to the struggle of the African people. I have fought against white domination and I have fought against black domination. So in the courtroom, he said that he fought against racial discrimination. That doesn't mean that he fought only for the black people. He fought against both white domination and black domination because he wanted peace between these two groups. I have cherished the ideal of a democratic and free society in which all persons live together in harmony and with equal opportunities, he told the court. So his idea was clear. He neither wanted the black people to torture white people nor the white people to torture black people. He wanted peace. He wanted people to live peacefully in South Africa. It's an ideal I hope to live for and to achieve, but if needs be, it's an ideal for which I am prepared to die. So Mandela said that in order to restore peace, pleasure, unity, justice, he was ready to die. These are the things for which he spent all his life, and if needs be, he was ready to die. Friends adored Mandela and fondly called him Madiba, the clan name by which he was known. People lauded his humanity, kindness, and dignity. People all over the world appreciated Mandela's humanity, his kindness, and his dignity. Here the report ends. So, this report informs us about Nelson Mandela. In short, what we learned from the text is that Nelson Mandela, he was the first South African black president who fought against racial discrimination throughout his life. He believed in peace, unity, reconciliation, justice, humanity, kindness, etc. He fought against the white rulers. He was arrested. He was landed into jail. Then he was freed, and after coming out of jail, he was elected as the president, and he successfully ended apartheid or racial discrimination. This is why people all over the world revered him. He was awarded with Nobel Peace Prize, and he will be remembered for long. So in this chapter, there are some new words. These words are actually new for you. You have to understand the meaning of the words. In my next class, I will discuss with you about the new words which are very important too. If you want to write carefully, if you want to do well in the examination. So we will meet in our next class. Till then, goodbye.